Alright, hey guys, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm very excited because in the video today, I'm going to be talking all about these new boots that I just got in from Renavgoods in GRIGIO Horserump. This was part of a Boot Avengers GMTO group made to order. So this was not my design. I believe that I have to give most of my credit to the Boot Avengers. If you guys don't know, JD and Adam Grimm and Lauren and JP, they started talking to these Indonesian brands, and I have to give a lot of credit to JD. He's been doing a lot of relationship building. He's been really spearheading the effort, I have to say, JD. He's gone after and established relationships with Flame Panda, with Professor Barnett's, with Sagara, with Renavgoods, with Onderhood, Tahura. He's done so much work behind the scenes to make this type of thing happen. We've got a couple other makeups in the works right now, but this is our first one, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. This is GRIGIO Horserump. If you don't know what Horserump is, I did a video about the differences between Horserump and shell cordovan. So, long story short, this might have some shell in it, but I don't know, and I may never know. It just depends on the cut, because the Horserump contains the shell. So when they're making boots out of the whole horse rump, only a small portion of the horse rump contains the shell layers. Maybe I lucked out and got some shell, maybe not. Who knows? I may never know. That's okay. I don't need to know, because all I really need to know is that these are horse rump. Alright, so one thing that's really cool is these boots kind of remind me, actually, when I first started getting into researching boots, I noticed that Ryan Gosling, of all people, of all celebrities, is kind of known for his boot wearing, and apparently people try to duplicate his wardrobes that he wears in certain movies. One of those items that he wore in one of his movies, Drive, were some white boots, and actually my buddy Nick at Stridewise talked about this recently as well. Ryan Gosling wore some, they're called the Stacey Adams Madison boot, and the color that he wore in the movie is called taupe. Yet what I think is cool about these boots in particular is that they kind of look like those boots. Of course, obviously a much better version. So it looks like on Amazon you can get the taupe ones in my size for about $135. Yeah, so the ones that he wore in Drive, they're not bad looking. I mean, they have what looks like a very thin leather sole, and then they have a perforated cap toe. Looks like they're Goodyear welted. They have a lot of eyelets too. It has 6 standard eyelets and 4 speed hook eyelets. So yeah, it looks like it's got about 10 different eyelets. And yeah, pretty cool looking boot, but obviously these Renavgoods ones are cooler. This is Renavgoods Co. This is what they had to say about these boots. So they say, ISN with GRIGIO horsebutt and mahogany bison on the tongue. The Avengers want something different, and this is the result. Thank you. See you in another one. So we have Capto Brogue, GRIGIO horsebutt, mahogany bison on the tongue, natural welt and edge, A1 last, unstructured toe, Veldtschoen construction, 270-degree stitch down welt, white cork, 7 gunmetal eyelets, block heel. So there you go, and check out these pictures. So in these pictures you're going to be seeing a combination of mine. There's JD's boots right there. You can see because he's got his special logo on there. Very sharp. And there's just going to be subtle variations between these different makeups. But yeah, so this was a Boot Avengers MTO, and there's all 5 of us together. Again, we have Lauren, we have JD, we have JP, we have Adam Grimm's, and we have mine all in there. All pretty much the same thing with just subtle differences between them all. Yeah, they all look so good. I mean, you look at the details. It's just so exacting. It's so, the hand stitching really makes it just so exacting. Like when you're using a stitching machine, the welt can often come out sometimes kind of sloppy, depending on the skill of the worker. But in this case, there is no guesswork. It's like, no, this is going to be exact because they're doing it by hand, so it takes longer, but you can at least, by hand, from my knowledge, you can punch these holes, and it's called SPI, stitch per inch. You can control exactly for the distance between each stitch along the welt here, you can see. So, like, when you look at people who make wallets, they have like I don't know what you call it, but it's almost like a stamp. And what they do is they take this leather stitching stamp and they set it down on the leather and they hit it with a hammer and it punches the holes out. Now again, I don't know if that's what they did here. I'm just assuming. This is all conjecture on my part, but what they do is, yeah, it's a device that they can stamp down with a hammer and create the holes, and that way when you're hand stitching it, you just run the stitch needle through the holes, and it's very pretty. It comes out very precisely. So there's some bisons for dad chic, very nice. And yeah, just look at some of these makeups that Renavgoods has been pumping out. I mean, they look so amazing. These I'm eventually going to need to jump on. Some mushroom chamois. Now I have some chamois austerity boots in the pipeline that we're doing with the Boot Avengers, and I'm very excited about those. But yeah, I really like this plain toe model. I don't want to get off topic, but yeah, sometimes I get drawn in by some of these makeups. And the good thing about Ray at Renavgoods, if you see something on his site that you like on his Instagram page, like send him that picture, like screenshot it or just forward him that picture and tell him if you want that same makeup or if you want to change it up just a little bit, and he'll do it. You know, they're very responsive over there. So that's part of what I love about them. But all right, so let's take a look at Adam Bootfluenced. So here are his Grigios, very nice. GMTO Grigio Horserump with mahogany bison tongue. Thanks to the superstar Ray and team. Beautiful. This guy, he is just amassed an incredible boot collection. Check out these these green marbled shell that he went in with JD on through Sagara. Very, very nice. Anyways, Horween black marbled shell by Flame Panda. Okay, so these are different from those other ones. Ping did a pair in green marble and color 8 marble last year, and I knew I had to have it. This is a combination 108/181 last with a green Dr. Souls to top it off. Perfection. Yep, I agree. Alright, so here we have Lauren, my friend Lauren at Inked Boots. These are hers. 2 words, hell yeah. Boot Avengers, first GMTO from Ray. Thank you, Ray, for this beautiful collaboration. My pair is a little different than the rest. Here are the specs if you are curious. A1 structured toe. So all our other ones are unstructured. 6-inch height, 8 eyelets, woodsman heel. Beautiful. Yeah. Hers looks super sharp with the woodsman heel there. I think that looks good. I kind of wish mine was on the woodsman heel now. With the GMTOs, you can always customize them to your liking. All right, here she says, first pair of Renavgoods boots on the books. And to make it even more special, we did it as a Boot Avenger GMTO. Many thanks to Ray over at Renav for helping bring these boots to life for us. Thank you to everyone who participated in this GMTO. Here are the full specs. A1 structured, brogued cap toe, 6 inches Veldtschoen Welt, 8 antique brass eyelets, contrasting bison tongue, fully lined, woodsman heel, off-white, Dr. Soul, half sole. And my buddy Ryan at Farmer's Mom says, these are glorious. Thanks to you guys for an awesome design idea and to Ray for making it happen. That dude is super talented and great to work with too. He actually jumped on the next GMTO. I believe there were 5 slots, and so did Smoke on Water. Super stoked on the Grigio color and build. Thanks to everyone involved in making this happen. And Snubs, he also jumped on them as well. Yeah, Snubs, he's got an amazing boot collection too. He's got a lot of Red Wings. He's got some Trumans. He's got some Parkhurst. He's got a lot of stuff. This guy, give him a follow. Yeah, Snubs72, boots, sneakers, and stuff. Lover of boots, sneakers, denim, and stuff. Yeah, super nice guy, super great guy, super into heritage boots and all the good stuff. Very stylish. He's into all the same stuff I'm into. The denim. He's got some forest green kudu Mark Alberts, very sharp. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a separate video where I just talk about all my favorite Instagram accounts. Yes, shout out to Snubs. You are the man, sir. All right, moving on. So my buddy JD here, he's got his. So these are his Grigios. Grigio Horserump GMTO, Renavgoods Co. Boot Avengers. Beautiful. And check out his iconic logo there. I think that's so cool. He designed it himself, and he actually has that same image on some of his other boots. Right here. These are his Tahuras. Very cool. I could probably do an hour-long video on this on JD's boot collection. Oh wow, look at these. Green is the new black. Yes, it is. Wow, flame pandas. Whew. Marbled green shell cordovan. Does it get any more grail than that? I don't think it does. Ooh. Oh, and his Dublins look so good. His natural Dublins. Look at that character on those. Ugh. JD, you did a fantastic job beating these things up. Keep it up, sir. They look awesome. All right, so starting the week off with Grigio Horserump. Yes. Amazing. And while we're here, let's take a look at one of JD's other this is a very interesting makeup that he did through Sagara. So this is first edition Ghost Marble Shell with Brogue Medallion on the front. Again, in his logo. Amazing. Boy, you are a design genius. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that Ghost Marble. Or, sorry, not Ghost. Yeah, Ghost Marble Shell. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gaucho Moose. The ones that got away from me, but, oh, wow. His looks really good. It's got incredible character to it. He's got some beach horse rump. I initially, when I posted my Grigios, I mistakenly, because I forgot like all the details, because it took a couple months to get in. I forgot that they were Grigio. I thought they were beach horse rump, and so I posted my first post. I said that, oh, these are my beach horse rump, and they're all like, no, it's Grigio, change it. And I'm like, ah, crap. Both beach and Grigio are very light colors. So the beach is more of like, it's a very light yellowy tan color, whereas, or beach like sand, whereas here's my buddy Jps Boots. Give him a follow. He's one of the boot avengers in on this makeup as well. The Grigio is the Italian word for gray. It's a very light gray. It's so light that it's an off-white, I would say. JP says, I can't believe how gorgeous and comfortable these boots are, but these are the two most important things about them. Number one, Ray at Renavgoods is a top boot maker in the world, and by far one of the nicest human beings I've met in the boot community. If you don't have a pair of Renav boots, please change that situation ASAP. I agree. These boots represent friendship, support, collaboration, empathy, generosity, and kindness. The fact that a group of friends has the same boots in different places makes me feel part of something special. Wow. So well articulated, JP. Very well said, sir. I agree. Like, it's so amazing that, because, like I say, it's rare to find people that are fascinated by boots. It's rare to find boot collectors. So when you do find them, chances are they don't live near you. Chances are they're all over the country and all over the world. And I think it's amazing that, yes, we're able to come together as boot lovers, put in for a group MTO, made to order, and then we can share each other's pictures and enjoy seeing each other on our Instagram feeds, and it's just the best. It's amazing. Like, it is something special to belong to, and JP's boots came out really good. Snubs says, preach my brother, I can't wait to get my pair. Yours look absolutely stunning. Yes. Crafty Cumbrian says, nice words, sir. I've not got any of the Indonesian guys' stuff as of yet. I'll lift my trousers and wink 3 times to be admitted to boot club. Yes, sir. And I think 66 Grinch got in on these as well for the next group MTO. But yeah, JP's boots, he's got, oh, I'm jealous of these. Marbled shell Vibergs. Gorgeous. They look so good. He's got the red Chisos. His look really good with those tan rawhides in there. These are some of the best examples of the Truman scuff-offs that I've ever seen. As you can see, it's got almost none of the remaining outer layer dyes or slash paint slash pigment on it. Like his have worn off almost completely. Like you can see a little bit of the pigment of the outer pigment here, along the eyelets here, on the quarter here, on this quarter here. You can still see it, but for the most part, you see mostly all over the vamp. The scuff off has scuffed off all through here, scuffed off, showing the tan undertones. So, yeah. Anyways, give JP a follow. He is the man. Incredible boot collection. I especially love his Wasabi Moose Trumans. Wow. Check out that monster cuff there, too. Wasabi is a really good word for this. It looks like wasabi. It's like a nice light mint green slash wasabi color. Actually, let's look up Grigio Horserump. 4 posts. Yep. Oh, I guess I'm the only person using it because these are all my shots. You hear that, Boot Avengers? Start using Grigio Horserump hashtag so that we can get more in this bucket here. This is what makes Instagram such an invaluable resource, and hashtags for that matter, is like when you need to find something really specific, like something like Grigio Horserump, which almost nobody knows about, you can look up the hashtag and see what's out there, see what's been done already. Obviously, if you use a general hashtag like boots, well, you're just going to see every single boot that's ever been posted. But when you look up something specific like Grigio Horserump, then you're going to find the information that you're looking for. Incoming, some gorgeous white boots in Grigio Horserump from Renavgoods Co. as part of the Boot Avengers collab. And to say I'm excited is the understatement of the year. Can't wait to see how yours turn out, guys. Bootfluence, One Damn 8 Envision, Inked Boots, Jps Boots. Yes. I sent Ray a diagram of my foot. We decided to try out, since I do have sort of wider feet, we decided to try out his wider width. So these are an 8.5 E, I believe. Yeah, and I'm really happy with the fit. The length is perfect, and actually it's good for my toe, so it's wider in the vamp, which is great. The part where I actually decided to stick with D widths moving forward, it's not so much the toe. My toes are happier. It's that in the quarter area here, there's a lot more volume, and in the heel, and it's just a little wide in the heel and in the quarter for me. And that seems to be the case with my other boots in an E width. Like I realized this, like my Mark Alberts in Forest Green Kudu. Yes, my toes are happier in the E width, but my midfoot here and my heel back here is less happy, just because it's just a little bit more sloppy of a fit. It's not a bad fit at all. So for example, I got these Renavgoods in Shinky Horsebutt, brown Shinky Horsebutt, and yeah, so as you can see, these are in a D width compared to these Grigios in an E width, and the width is negligible. You know, it's just a little bit wider. And so again, in the toe area on the D width, my toes are just a little bit claustrophobic in the front here, but the rest of this A1 last really hugs my foot really well in the D width. So here in the midfoot and here in the heel, it's a phenomenal fit. It's just in the front. So I wear these with sort of thinner socks, and the fit is perfect. And even mid-weight socks, the fit's perfect with these. But for these, I wear thicker socks, and the fit's very good. I have probably 3 more orders through Ray in the works right now, and so I told him, like, moving forward, let's just make it easy, stick with the D width. The heels on these are pretty bulbous. And so for example, for like a boot that's got a more narrow heel, I'd be more comfortable sticking with the E width. And you know, honestly, like I've said this before, multiple sizes work. They just work in different ways. I don't believe there is such thing as a perfect fit, but I will say that like there is an ideal fit. Like for my Trumans, 8.5 is ideal. But yeah, so multiple sizes can work. I'm very happy with these, and these Grigios are not going to stretch at all. So I know that the sizing with these it's going to remain consistent. They're not going to stretch out, unlike Chrome XL. If these were in Chrome XL, I might be in a little bit more trouble, but since these are Grigio Horserump, they're not going to stretch out. So that's my advice on the sizing. And yeah, I'd have to say that the Renavgoods sizing, I know that's always an area of concern, but really, I find general advice, go a half size down from Brannock and you'll be happy. You know, just like most of my boots, going down a half size is generally the best way to go. So I would say follow that rule of thumb here. If you want to do the foot sketch, you can do that as well. But yeah, like I'm an 8.5D. I wear 8.5D Truman on the 79 last, and I find the fit pretty comparable to those. I wear 8.5 Red Wing, 8.5 Alden, 8.5 Grantstone. The only boot that I think I needed to go down a full size in are the Vibergs. So here are some Viberg service boots. As you can see, these are 8.5, and these are some of the biggest boots I own. I realized recently that I should be a size 8 in the Vibergs, but yeah, there they are. So pretty big. Moving forward, when I buy Viberg, I'll be going with a size 8. But yeah, there they are. The width on these is about the same, but the Vibergs are about a half size longer in length. The width is about the same because these Renavgoods are on the 8.5E width. So again, very happy with the fit in the toe, but the rest of the boot, it's just a little bit wider, so not a big deal. But I'm just trying to share my sizing thoughts where I'm at now, because you know, realizations come, and I try to be as accurate and up to date as possible, because I'm learning and I just want to help other people learn along the way. So, but anyways, yes, so this is just a gorgeous pair of boots. We've got a perforated cap toe. This is called a Veldtschoen Welt. I recognize it as a double stitch down Welt. But the Veldtschoen is, so it's double stitched down on the front half, 180 degree double stitch down, and then the single stitch down extends down to the 270 degree mark here and ends here. So yeah, and we've got off-white Dr. Sole outsole. It's like a rubbery neocork type of a material, both on the heel and on the outsole. And then in the midsole, we've just got super duper thick. On the midsole and the insole, we've got super duper thick leather, full grain leather midsole and insole. Amazing. And then the tongue, one of my favorite parts. I don't know which one of the geniuses came up with this idea, but this is a cognac bison tongue. I love bison. I know a lot of people don't like bison. I think when done right, bison looks very good, but I agree in most cases bison isn't all that of an attractive leather. I've seen a lot of cowboy boots that I don't think look very good in bison, but when done correctly, like in my opinion, the Truman boots in black shrunken bison and the cognac shrunken bison look very good, especially on a plain toe. I think if you go nuts with the bison and make it into like, you know, a long wing blucher, I think it would just look crazy. It would be too busy. So this pair of boots, very special. Again, it's made more special by the fact that we did this as a group. I'm very thankful to my fellow boot avengers for including me in this, and yes, I intend to wear these very hard. So far I've worn these 3 times, and it's got some brilliant creasing on the vamp. It's like halfway between a roll and halfway between a crease. Again, talking about the differences between Horserump and shell cordovan. Shell cordovan forms rolls because it's essentially, the shell cordovan doesn't crease. Instead it forms very deep rolls, very bulbous rolls, whereas standard leathers, and including horse butt, including Horserump, which are the same thing by the way, can, that's the key word, can form creasing depending on what area of the cut of the hide that you get in the vamp. So for example, like Phil from Ashland Leather, he uses the term sugary to describe like micro creases, and yeah, I think that's a good term. And I have the sugary micro creases on these Renavgoods brown shinky horse butt boots. But this pair in Grigio, I wouldn't describe the breaks. Well, certain areas of the break look sugary, like right along this look sugary, but then right here it's almost like there's a nice solid roll forming. So if there is shell in this, the shell might be like right here, but it's very difficult to tell, and only time will tell. And I'm a big fan of the Renavgoods A1 Last. It is a very good fit. It's a very elegant fit. It's a very supportive fit at the same time in all the right ways. Let's see. So the differences between these two so far, the only thing I kind of regret not doing is the woodsman heel. So here we have a stacked leather heel, stacked block heel in the back, whereas on these, this is a woodsman heel. Some people think it looks feminine, but I think it looks pretty slick. Would I do it differently? Maybe. I think I like the way this feels and this looks, you know, depending on the outfit. you know, if I'm wearing like some slim chinos uncuffed, these look really good with those. They look super badass. But yeah, the Woodsman heel, it's not for everybody, and it's not for every outfit. But I'd say when done correctly, it looks very sharp. This stacked block heel looks very good in practically every situation. So yeah, I'm sure somebody else covered this, but Veldtschoen is a term that I don't know exactly what it means, but I've seen it described as a Norwegian welt as well. I'm pretty sure Ben at Stitch Down covered this. I don't know off the top of my head, but the German word schön means beautiful, and Veldt, I guess, is Welt. So I guess that's roughly translated. It means beautiful welt, or nice welt, or an everlasting welt, forever eternal welt. But yes, by my eye, this is a 270-degree stitch down welt. That's what I would call this, and it is hand welted, meaning that the stitches are exacting in their exact spot, down to the very thousandth of an inch. What's interesting is the internal lining. It's like a yellow color. I think that's kind of interesting that Renavgoods uses that coloration a lot, almost mustard brown coloration. That's a really cool color. I threw in my rawhide laces. I think the rawhide laces look really good in these. We've got perforated cap toe. We've got a single heel block, which encompasses the heel cup and the back heel strip. We've got triple stitching along the back heel block as well as on the quarter here. Yeah, on the quarter here. Yeah, super grip, Dr. Soul. So we've got the mahogany bison tongue. It's got the outer tongue, one layer, very thick, and then the inner layer, I'm not sure what that is, but yes, very, very nice, very good workmanship. And, you know, just to talk personally about my future boot collecting journey, I think that I'm going to be going through Renavgoods a lot for some more custom orders. I find the process very fun. Talking to Ray is a lot of fun. He accepts half down, and then once the boots are completed, you send him the other half, and then he sends you the boots. I found that the DHL shipping process is extremely easy. It comes very quickly through DHL. You can track it just like FedEx or UPS. It's a very easy process. I know that I get the hesitation in like talking to somebody through the DMs on Instagram and then sending them money through PayPal and all this. I know that most guys are used to seeing a boot online and buying them, and then, you know, they get them within a week or so. You know, ordering Indonesian does require a little bit more of a leap of faith, but trust me, I've had fantastic results so far. I mean, you can see right here, I got the boots here, and they're worth every penny. I think I paid about $4.40 for these, and since this was part of a GMTO, I think it was like just around $400 for these. An incredible deal. I mean, these are both Horserump. If you were to get these from another company, they would easily charge you $700, $800, $900, $1,000 for these Horserumps. I got them both for $400, and then not to mention you get to design every last little detail. Now I didn't with this pair. This was already built for somebody, and the size was off. So thankfully, I looked out and landed these. I'm very happy that I did. Like, in terms of cost effectiveness, you are getting such a hell of a deal by going through these Indonesian companies. And like I said, moving forward, I plan to order a lot more through them because it's a good pace, I find. Like, you know, you put down half, it's about, what, $200, maybe a little bit more. It takes about 2-3 months for them to make the boots, and then you send them the other half. It's very repeatable, it's very affordable in my opinion. As a boot collector, this is my strategy advice. Is like, you see a boot, you see a leather that you want, start talking to them, put in for it, you wait a couple months, it's done, they send it to you. It's a very easy, repeatable process, and it doesn't break the bank, which is nice. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching. What do you think about these new boots? Go give all my friends a follow on Instagram if you're not already, because they have incredible boot accounts. Again, I love talking about my own personal journey with boots, but I can't help but direct your attention to other people who have just as good, if not better, boot collections than myself. I love following these people. I love talking to them. I love watching their journey because it's so fascinating. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please let me know what you think of these boots in the comments below. And anyways, stay tuned because I have a lot more boot reviews coming up.